Hi everyone, my name is Ismael Sandoval, and I'm the assistant conductor for the Chattanooga Symphony and Opera, and I'm here with composer and performer Ben Van Winkle. Hey Ben.
Hello, thank you so much for having me.
Yeah, we're really looking forward to his piece Sense of Scale for our Chamber Series concert on March 5th at 3 p.m. at Chat State. Hey Ben, can you tell me a bit about how this piece came to be?
Well, the first notes came to be as the purpose was to create a piece that was really simple that I could play with the harpist I had just met. So it was really easy G major stuff, but it quickly evolved into multiple movements and modulated to all the other keys, and it got bigger and bigger, and that's how it kind of evolved from there.
Awesome. And I think the fact that you're from Chattanooga, it's kind of special that you have this connection to the musicians from the area. Is there a specific reason that you chose kind of this specific instrumentation for the piece?
Yeah, I think it comes from my very first orchestral kind of concert where I scored a lot of stuff for what's known as the Quartet de Paris, which is harp, string quartet, flute, and clarinet, which is used by Ravel in, what is the piece? Introduction and Allegro. And I wanted to do that on the same concert. And so I've kind of started with that on all of my orchestrations, and it's just grown and grown and grown. And so since then I've added piccolo, bass clarinet, and piano, and some percussion and stuff. So it just keeps getting a little bigger every time.
It makes for very unique textures, doesn't it? The combination of instruments.
Yeah, I think it's beautiful to have like a string instrument from violin down to, well, I use bass too, violin down to bass. That's like one instrument. And then the winds, I feel like flute and clarinet blend really well, so it almost sort of behaves as one instrument. And I know in the future I'll start adding the double reeds and the other ones, but that's kind of where I started, was trying to treat it as one instrument, similar to how the strings are used.
Great. Hey, Ben, do you have any favorite moments from your piece that you would like to share with us?
Well, I'm really excited about the very beginning because, as I'm sure you want to talk about, is the how you're going to be bringing in people as you please, kind of improvisatory-like. And then there's a couple other spots, like the beginning of the very last movement is this really, really awesome part for marimba. And I say awesome, but I mean terrifying, because every marimbist I've shown it is just like, oh my gosh, this is going to be really hard. It's a lot of work.
Man.
But I've been talking with Caitlin, who's going to play this one, and I think she's excited about it, and I cannot wait to see how that sounds live. So those are the two that came to mind.
Great. Yeah, speaking to the very opening that you mentioned, the conductor will get to choose which instruments get to come into the texture, so every single performance will be totally unique, so I'm really excited about that. Ben, are there any last comments that you can share with us, maybe about the actual title itself, Sense of Scale?
Yeah, so it's something that's fascinated me for years is how there's so many consistencies or similarities between certain structures at different scales. So probably my favorite of all of them, at least when it comes to the names, is neurons and superclusters, because it's one of the most fascinating juxtapositions. If you see a photo of a neuron and a photo of a supercluster, totally different sizes. I mean, you can't get much more different than that. Scale of universe and galaxies, and then scale of neurons in your brain, atoms, and they look the same.
Wow.
So, I don't know, it's just playing with their similarities and writing music that kind of it displays the parts of them that are similar. And then another one that would be easy to talk about is anthills and cities. I feel like they have a similar energy, right? And they're at totally different scales, obviously. But you just see like the little worker ants running around doing their thing, and I'm picturing New York, worker people or whatever, just humans walking around, similar kind of thing, but totally different sizes. And so then the other ones, I think the other one that's worth talking about is glaciers and clouds, because they're not really different in size. I mean, a little bit, but really I almost think they're different in sense of time, scale of time. So like if you put a glacier and fast forward, it might look kind of like a cloud. Or if you slow down a glacier, it might look like, a cloud might kind of look like a glacier. At least that was the idea behind that.
Wow. Well, we are so excited to hear your performance, the performance of this piece with the Chattanooga Symphony and Opera on March 5th at 3 p.m. at Chat State. We hope that you can join us and come hear Ben's amazing piece, Sense of Scale. Thanks, Ben.
Thank you.